Hello students, welcome to the Pole Science of class 9, and today we have come to the concluding part from the chapter what is democracy and why democracy. And this was the revision part, and today we will proceed understanding about the broader meanings of democracy. In the previous classes we have studied about the demerits, that is arguments in support of democracy, that means it is the merit part, in which we have read about 6 points, and after that we also read about arguments against the democracy, that means demerits of the democracy, which was again subdivided again into 6 points. So today in the concluding part of what is democracy and why democracy, we will understand about the broader meaning of democracy. So in simple terms, you can define democracy as the form of government which is of the people, by the people, and for the people. This quote was given by the great president of America, Abraham Lincoln. So now today we will understand broadly about the meaning of democracy. So the term democracy is which in one where people elect their representative to legislature. That means everyone know that we have been given the right to vote, and according to the right to vote we choose our representative from the particular constituency that the particular candidate is contesting the elections. So according to their constituency, a certain date is fixed according to which we cast our vote, and after casting our vote we choose our leaders according to our choice, according to his popularity and the genuineness of the candidate. So if we talk about democracy, democracy is that only in which the people, we the people elect our representative to legislature. We give vote in favor of that particular candidate, and that particular candidate wins, and after that we send them to the legislature, the state assembly or the national assembly, and where they represents what? They represent our problems. What is the necessity of our constituency, what the people wants from him, he is our representative, which is rightly known as, candidate is known as the people's representative. That means what? He will highlight all the problems, all the issues that are related or that are connected to the people of his or her constituency. So as we are electing him or her to the constituency or the legislature, to the parliament, he will there focus on that particular issue or the problem related to the people. So according to the first broader meaning of democracy, we can rightly say that the democracy is called the representative democracy. That means a particular candidate is the representative of our people, of us. So it is rightly known as a representative democracy, in one which people elect their representatives to legislature. So people, through their right to vote, elect the following candidate to the legislature. After that, these representatives will form the government and govern them. So as we cast our vote, as we elect them to the parliament, after that they will be given the opportunity to form the government, right? Because they have the majority, they have won through the democratic process, and after winning they will have the opportunity to form the government, and after that they will govern them. After that, what will happen? If they have the majority, so they will present themselves to form the government, and after forming the government they will govern the state and will look for the welfare and development of the people also and the society also. So the democracy According to the broader meaning of democracy, the system goes like this only. Right from and a participant contesting elections, after that we give a vote, after we elect them, after winning, that particular candidate will have the opportunity to form the government. After that he will govern the state and he will work for the welfare and development of the people. So this is the broader meaning of democracy. So related to the chapter why democracy and what is democracy, we have come to the end of this revision part of the whole chapter, in which we have gone through the meaning of democracy. After that we also have understand about where from the word democracy had been derived, which was derived from the Greek word demokrasia, according to which demos means people and krasia means rule. We also have gone through the famous quote given by Abraham Lincoln in terms of democracy, which was of the people, by the people and for the people. After that we learned about the difference between democratic and non-democratic government, what are the difference, and we came to know that there are particularly 3 or 4 huge difference between a democratic and non-democratic government. After that we learned about the features of democracy, which was divided into 6 parts, starting from rulers elected by the people, then major decisions are taken by the elected leaders, that free and fair elections are conducted, and elections are conducted in regular intervals of 5 years or more than that. In several countries these intervals vary from country to country. Then we learned about one person, one vote and one value, and last but not the least, rule of law and respect for rights. We have gone through the process or the electoral process in Pakistan which was overtaken by the military chief Pervez Musharraf. He began dictating, he passed legal framework order, and he tried to control the people of Pakistan, and he overthrew a democratically formed government over there. After that we also learned about the free and fair electoral competition. Then we made study about the difference between democratic and dictatorship type of government. Then we read about the feature related to the free and fair electoral competition related to the China, country of China, where we have seen that it was not at all followed, because there was the presence of only one party, that was Chinese Communist Party. After that, in the same context of free and fair electoral competition, we have gone through the country Mexico, and in Mexico also we have found that they were not promoting this free and fair electoral competition. Clear? After that, related to one person, one vote and one value, we learned about many demerits related to the countries of Saudi Arabia, Estonia and Fiji, where this one person, one vote and one value was not at all followed. After that we have gone through the last feature, that is rule of law and respect for rights, and in this related context we learned about the country Zimbabwe, where the political party named ZANU-PF was not following the certain rule of law and respect for rights. They were dictator over there. And after that we read about demerits and merits of democracy, which was divided into 6 points. And lastly today we read about and understand about the broader meaning of democracy, in which we came to know that in a democratic form of government, it is or it can be called as a representative democracy, in which the people choose their representative through the right to vote, and after that the candidate, if the candidate wins, they will have the opportunity to form the government, and after that they will govern the country, and they will work for the welfare and development of the people. So with that, we have come to the end of today's topic, and I hope that the revision part related to the chapter number 1, that is what is democracy and why democracy, is now clear to you. With that, I will wind up today's topic. Thank you.